Hey guys, so this video was originally going to be me talking about the Toy Story 5 trailer, but I decided to scrap that because I saw that Mattel, as of recently, has made some new figures for Toy Story 5, and I want to talk about those instead because I just think those are more interesting than the actual movie trailer.
Why are you wearing a dress, Woody?
It's called a poncho.
So for any toy collector out there in the world, we're all pretty familiar with Mattel. They make Barbies and Hot Wheels. And for us Toy Story fans, they made things like this, the electronic talking Woody that's exclusive to the UK. And as you can see, he's a pretty cool doll, you know, like he has a movie accurate badge, he has movie accurate boots, the Andy even looks good at the bottom. And also, depending on which version you have, from 09 or 2010 for Toy Story 3, he also has one of the best voice boxes from an official toy company, because just listen to this.
You're my favorite deputy. Somebody's poisoned the water hole. Yee-haw! Giddy up, partner. There's a snake in my boot. Reach for the sky. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Draw.
So as you just heard, you know, it's very movie accurate. It's not exactly like the voice box in the movie, but it's close. And you know, he's not exactly movie accurate because his torso's too short, the vest isn't like sewn on this side, and also the hat, it's made of this like really weird rubber, and as you can see, it's not really a good quality rubber because if you look here, there's cracks, you know, forming on it, so it's not really like a good quality hat. But it's still a nice hat because it has a good shape to it, and it even has a little rim, which, you know, not a lot of Woody doll hats have that. And he actually has a pretty good head sculpt. If you look here, you know, it's very similar to the Thinkway head. And him having this, you know, smile kind of looks like the old 1996 Woody. If I pull this out, this is the 96 Woody. Let me take off his hat. You can kind of see the similarities here. It's mainly just the smile, but however, with the face sculpts, this one is definitely much better than this. And then later down the line, in the United States, we got this one right here, the Round Up Fun Woody. It's basically the US equivalent to this guy right here, because he has like the same type of body shape, where he has like the short torso. He even has the same boots, except this one doesn't have painted spurs and they're smaller. It even has the same Andy at the bottom. Also has a removable belt, however I'm just too lazy to actually show it. He also has a similar pull string mechanism, except this one does not reel back in, it just sticks out like this, and you can see it only like goes out like a tiny bit. It doesn't actually kind of recoil like the UK version, but however it's really short, as you can see.
You're my favorite deputy.
This is the farthest it goes. It doesn't go out any further than that because of the way the mechanism works for these guys. So as you can see, Mattel's pretty familiar with, you know, the Toy Story franchise and making Woody dolls. And you know, they're pretty good, you know, they look like Woody, they function like how he should in the movie, except the strings are really short. And you know, this one right here looks a lot like the Thinkway one, which is obviously a superior version. This is a Thinkway Woody. It looks a lot better with proportions. He's actual movie size. And the face here is made from the original digital data from Pixar Animation Studios. And also the string actually recoils out a lot further, as you can see. It's a much longer string.
There's a snake in my boot.
And it goes back in properly. So if I move him out of the way, we're going to compare the UK Mattel Woody to the Thinkway one. This is the UK Mattel Woody, here's the Thinkway one. See, there's a 5 or 4-inch height difference, as you can see. This is how Woody should be in the movie. He's about this tall, but however on the UK version he's only this tall. And if you look here with the Thinkway Woody next to the Round Up Fun Woody, the Round Up Fun Woody is even smaller than the Thinkway one. So with that height difference in mind, you know, these two Woodies, you know, are almost around the same height as this Thinkway Buzz, as you can see right here. So with those flaws in mind, you think that Mattel would try to improve them, right? It's partially true, but here's what the new Woody doll looks like for Toy Story 5. Yep, they just turned Woody into an animatronic. This face right here just looks so off. His eyes have way too much depth, and that facial expression just looks so awkward. And his body proportions are super weird. I mean, just look at this. He looks very skinny. He almost looks like a skeleton. And his wrists are way too prominent, in my opinion. Like, they're showing way too much wrist. I don't even think within the movies his wrists are that prominent. Heck, if we even look at this UK Mattel Woody, heck, his wrists don't look that prominent, but you can see that, you know, they're kind of sticking out a bit here. And if you thought this face was already creepy enough, here's a video of it actually working.
Yes, sir. Howdy, partner. I'm Sheriff Woody. Quick, they're coming! Well, howdy. Nice to see ya.
You can also see here that they also made a Buzz, which looks a little less creepy in my opinion. However, there are some actual good things about this Woody that I do like. For starters, I like how he's actually movie accurate height. You know, he's actually, 16 inches tall with his hat on. And also, something I find so impressive about this is that he actually has a pull string that goes out that far, and it actually goes back in. Unlike the UK version, as I just showed off earlier, which can only go about this far.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
It's very short, as you can see. And the pull string on the Round Up Fun Woody doesn't even go back in, it just sticks out. As you can see here, it doesn't even coil back in, it's just sticking out like that. So I find that to be very impressive because you already have, blinking eyes and a moving mouth. Having those features would take up, a lot of space within the mask here, for the motors and the components that move the mouth like up and down and blink the eyes. But however, there was still just enough space to actually put in a real working pull string inside of him. He also has a pretty nice badge. It kind of looks like the UK Mattel Woody badge. And I do kind of like the belt buckle here. It does look pretty nice. However, everything else I just kind of don't like about this. It's just the face. It's just so uncanny because Woody's just not supposed to be like that. In my honest opinion, as a really big Woody fan, I don't think turning him into a robot works because Woody, is this, floppy, ragdoll from the 1950s, as you can see. He doesn't have like an endoskeleton inside of him. You can't pose him. And if you look here by his knees and elbows, he has this stitching right here that makes his limbs, a little bit more flat and more floppy. This guy right here just works a lot better as an animatronic character because he's an action figure. He can stand up on his own, and of course you can pose him. So you could, bend his elbow like this to make him press his wing button, or you can make him flex like that. He also has waist articulation. You can do a 360 if you want to. His fingers move like this, however not individual because this is not the collection one. He also has movable legs, you can move them. And this one has ratchet joints. Same with the ankles. Buzz is just the better choice to make into an animatronic. And you can also see that his head is also considerably smaller than Woody's. So, it looked a lot more natural when he has, moving eyelids and the moving mouth feature, unlike Woody.
We're on a mission to find our friends. Engaging toy mode. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger.
Hey, I know you.
So, the Mattel Robot Buzz just works a lot better than Woody because, as I stated earlier with this video, Woody, is a lot floppier, as you can see. He doesn't have that endoskeleton, and his head is considerably larger than Buzz's, as you can see. His is a lot smaller, his is bigger. So when you decide to make the face out of rubber and add the moving eyelids and moving mouth, it just doesn't look as good compared to Buzz's head. And also, the way how it's constructed is a lot different too. Woody's head is just attached with the zip tie. It's a lot loose, as you can see. I can tilt it back and forth. I can even shake him like that and his head moves. Compared to Buzz, where it's just, screwed into place. You can only move it left and right like that. So in my opinion, I think it's just better to keep Woody as, the pull string ragdoll And, you know, we should also keep Buzz as the candidate to make some cool animatronics out of, because he's Buzz Lightyear. You know, he can actually, you know, stand up, you can pose him, and also, you know, his head, you know, is a lot smaller, so it'd be a lot easier to work on and to make, you know, pretty good compared to Woody, in my opinion. But also in the past, we did get some Woodies that had blinking eyes, like the Interactive Buddies Woodies from Thinkwave from 1997 and 2009. Although, yeah, they do look a bit creepy. I could say they definitely look less creepy than this new Mattel Woody right here, but I still think it's cool though. Would I be buying this Woody? Maybe. That's if I have the money, because right now this product is only a UK exclusive to Smith's Toys, along with the Buzz Lightyear. I'm not sure if it's going to be coming to US markets anytime soon. I'm hoping it does, because I would like to see this here in the US. And, you know, it saved me a lot more money on, you know, the international shipping fees from the UK. So hopefully sometime soon when Toy Story 5 comes out, it also comes here to the US as well. And so with that, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.